Top of the three. This is a more technical round, that's for sure. These girls are doing the right thing. They're new to each other a little bit, and they're definitely new to this environment as flyers and this competition in general. So they're taking their time. They're being more deliberate with it.
They seem to be having a good time. They're enjoying themselves. They're keeping calm.
They do. And some nice flying in here, you know. I hope they do some more time together in the future and come back to another competition. I'd like to see them again.
Well, that's their round 8 finished. Waiting for a few more scores to be posted for round 6, and then obviously the round 7 scores. We're waiting for those as well. It's exciting, isn't it?
It's great.
Especially all those teams in the middle of the pack. We want to see how they are progressing and what's going on there with them.
I want those judges to score faster. And next in we have women in France, currently the top of the leaderboard in the female category. That's a nice block 20. Block 3. And a nice block 13. You tend to find with block 13 that as it's a compressed piece in the middle, it can lift a little bit, you can get some closes of levels, it can move around a little bit, but these girls are nailing it in the middle, making it consistent.
Bit of a tight block as well in the tunnel, isn't it?
It is, and I can't wait to see some of the bigger teams get in there and fly it.
Thunder and Black Cat.
Yep. Oh, a bit of a miss key there. Lost it a little bit towards the end there. Women in France. Most of that will be out of time.
So interesting, on the previous score, we had almost 3 teams on 20, didn't we? One team had a bust.
Just one team, Jujuawa, with 1 bust. That's a nice view of block 3.
That was a nice move, wasn't it? Very, very much control.
Anna's ready to get into the tunnel there. NFTO. So launching the 20 into the tunnel is quite tricky because you have your centers intact on the 20. Can cause a little bit of lift as you're coming through, but they handled that very well. And the point has to go over on that 20, so launching that entrance, and the point might find they have to go higher and higher and higher to go over it, but they've done a good job of that. Good flying from NFTO. Nice. Collision with the wall there. There we saw, because Vanna's that extra bit taller than most of the other competitors that have gone so far. She hit her knee on that wall there.
Yeah, got the contact. Full contact sport. So 3 teams in the female 4-way, and there they are through the round 8. We've got the advanced still to come. You can catch up with all the scores. Have a look online on in-time scoring. Just Google that and it's all there for you. All the information which is rotating around like we can see on the screen. Just looking at these scores now, waiting for the Hayabusa score to come on.
Black Cat scores are up as well now, 26, so tied with Thunder and just 1 point ahead of Satori. It was a good round for Thunder, Satori, definitely for Wimby Lil. I'm looking forward to seeing Hayabusa score there.
What do you think they're going to get?
Oh, that's tricky, Regan.
It's a tricky one, isn't it? And there you can see the freestylers. They 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams. Well, 5 freestylers, should I say.
I'm going to go for 28 with Hayabusa on that last round.
You think?
Yeah.
I'll go with 30.
Okay.
28 for you, 30 for me.
Got it.
All right.
That's not our ages, by the way.
I wish.
Oh, 32.
32.
Hayabusa got 32 on that one.
We're both underestimated.
Very much so.
I was going to say 32, actually.
Oh, were you?
So Hayabusa with a convincing lead, now pulling away from the pack. Let's get some more analysis when we can have a look at those scores and see how that middle of the pack is doing. We'll have to try and get a printout if we can.
Just flashing up with a two-way dynamic speed round. No scores in yet for round 7.
Two-way dynamic overall. Those two window teams up ahead in the lead there, Ray.
They are, yeah.
Dynamos from the UK in 3rd.
It's great to watch the Dynamos. They're doing so well. Both red and black. So most of the scores are up for round 6 for the Open FS round, and it's only one to be scored, and that's Amnena Joey.
So Tigers and Parasport both tied on 22.
Equal points at the moment.
If you just joined us, welcome to the live stream for the Win Games 2016 Windoor. It's the 3rd season of this, the 3rd year getting 2016 off to a great start. The advanced 4-way are almost ready to go. Ready, they're all set up for this round 8.
Tunnels hotting up.
Starting off with
Brepack. Yeah, the first round of they did today in round 6, Brepack suffered heavily from some busts. They brought it back a little bit in round 7. I'm hoping they continue from now and make it a strong end to their meet. This is round 8. Oh, a bit of a miskey there on the top of the block 20. It is a tricky one to launch into the tunnel. So they slow it down a little bit now. Slight hesitation there on the top of the 3. A little bit confused now as to where everybody is in the tunnel. It's hard with a triple blocker like this. You know, if you lose it part way through the dive to get it back, to know where everybody is. Brepack there.
that great slow motion view there.
Next in, we should have Amnena Joey. I don't even know how to pronounce this. Amnena Joey?
I always leave it to you.
Or Amnena Joey. Solid entrance into the tunnel. Of all the entrances, I did think that this one would probably be the hardest to launch into the tunnel, and it's proving to be the case. Oh, a slight miscommunication there. The top of the 13. I think they'll find they're out of time anyway on that. Yeah, because we need them. Okay, so next thing we have Team Barak, Spanish national team. So the difference is here, the Barak chose to free fly that exit into the, that entrance into the tunnel. Barak are treating this round with caution and with care, which it rightly deserves. The triple blocker with a slot switcher on the front piece is never going to be that easy. It's nice they're taking their time with this Barak. They're making sure they build the points before they turn the block, being very deliberate in what they're doing. It's a good round from Barak.
The Madrid-based team. It's going to be interesting to see how they develop, as we said earlier, now with their own tunnel down there.
Good to see that, as you said, Spanish skydiving is having a resurgence, especially in these tunnel competitions. It's good to see. Next in, we have Jazz Republic from South Africa. Did a good job of launching that entrance. This is a larger team. At that point, they're deciding to go the other way on the 13, the other turn. Good flying from Jazz Republic.
They take a lot of room as well, don't they?
They do. A tall team. Another one of those tall teams.
Well, after round 6, current standings: 5th place, Mixed Parasport 150. 4th place, Thunder ISR 151. And in joint second, Black Cat on 156 and Weebly Leal on 156. And currently in the lead, as we would expect, Ibiza 181.
Yep. As expected, that was a stonking round for Weebly Leal. They're climbing their way back up the leaderboard. And here we go with Lupus from Estonia, the Estonian national team.
Down in 6th and 7th, we've got Qatar Tigers and Satori on 146 and 147.
Very tight. But you see, like, launching this 20 into the tunnel is quite difficult because you get so much of that movement across the tunnel. It's hard to control it as it enters into the tunnel. Oh, we have a helmet malfunction going on their point, I believe. Struggling with his visor. You ever had a helmet malfunction, Regan?
I have, actually 2 weeks ago.
Really?
Yeah, I was load organising at the Boogie over Christmas and I left without it fastened. So I spent the whole thing with one hand on my head.
And as a point flyer is here, is doing his visor has come off. Pretty much hasn't come off completely, so it's there he is, he's sticking it back on. I think he did a great job there. Lupus from Estonia.
So the fight is on, Ray, for second and 3rd place. Weebly Leal on 156 and Black Cat Russia on 156.
Great.
Now it's starting to
I know.
get exciting, isn't it? Let's have a look further down the pack. What we've got, as I said before, 6 and 7, Qatar Tigers and Satori on 147, 146.
Yeah.
That's about it, really, isn't it? Just looking down the pack there. Well, I mean, maybe between Thunder and Parasport is 1 point there as well, and between 5 and 6 is 3 points. So
it's
yeah,
tight.
It could all change.
It's tight. It could all change. You know, we've seen from all of these teams, either more experienced teams, the trained teams, as well as those scratch teams, those high-end experienced scratch teams, that people are making mistakes on different rounds. So maybe it's a competition, or maybe it's the first competition of the year. But for us commentating and for those viewing, it is fantastic viewing. It
is, and what's brought that second place tie-off into being is Leal got 3 points more than Black Cat. They got a 29 to 26.
Yeah, and as we were watching it, we knew it was going to be fast, so it's great to see. So we have Team Symmetra in the tunnel now. They did have an issue on round 5, so they're further down the leaderboard than they'd like to be, not giving Mixed Parasport the run for their money that they'd like to. So hopefully they'll start putting on a show now and show us what they're made of.
Currently 8th place on 137.
Nice and clean so far.
You can really see how they're using all that space, can't you, with that bottom view?
Yeah, it's good to see. The thing is, the bottom view is fantastic to see what they're using in the tunnel, how they're using the tunnel. just doesn't give you the levels, which you can kind of see from that shot where you look through the tunnel, which is also interesting as well, which we tend to get on the slow-mo at the end.
Yeah.
It's a good round from Symmetra.
There's that view you're talking about.
Fantastic shot. You get to see the levels and it is an amazing shot. For those of you like watching the live stream, that's a shot that you get from the couch outside the tunnel. Next in we have Team Tenanin.
10th place on 118.
These blocks you have to take, you have to treat them with some caution. Tenanin have shown in the previous round as well that, you know, if you try and push it too much, they don't close particularly well. So there is a, you know, we can just saw from the close of that 3 as well that you need to just dial it down a little bit just to make sure those closes actually happen so you're not off or unbalanced for the next point. And you can see Martial doing that now. He's realized he's just slowing himself down a little bit. And as anybody that turns the top of the 3 on the front piece, you always want to turn as quickly as possible. Team Tenanin. Next in, we should have Team Mixed Power Sport.
Yeah, 5th place on 150.
But it's tight though, that 5th place.
1 point behind Thunder.
Again, nice launch into the tunnel. Again, using the whole width of the tunnel. Is this a technical dive? You know, 3 blocks. They're treating the 20s with the respect and the 3s. Ooh. A little bit of a hit there in the face. Combat sport, this 4-way. Oh, I'm not sure I saw the close of that one. That's fine, that'll be out of time. Team Mixed Power Sport.
So they are 1 point behind after round 6 with Thunder. We've had round 7. That's not on the scores yet. We haven't seen that.
Oh, waiting to see those scores. Next in we have Team Satori. Had a little bit of a meltdown in round 7. They've been there nice and strong on this round now.
Just 1 point behind Qatar Tigers after round 6.
It's close. I was having a conversation with some of the more experienced competitors here at this competition, and we were saying that, you know, we should be seeing at least 6 teams scoring a 25+ average out of any draw, let alone what this draw actually is. So Satori will be pushing it now to make sure that they are one of those teams. Nice. It's a nice round from Satori XL. They picked themselves up from that round 7. Jules there showing that wrist isn't hampering her at all.
Team Thunder next. And it's round 8 of the 4-way formation skydiving.
Free flow and exit for that 20. Slightly different technique here. You can see that the point flyer on the 3s is actually going over a little bit. I guess it's a space thing as well because Thunder are quite a big team, but it's a slightly different technique. Top of the 3, the point flyer often goes over. Sometimes they're on level. Depends upon the team. Thunder, nice and strong, consistent, flying. They are a big team. Good job, Thunder. round of applause.
Yeah, we got a good round of applause there. It's filling up now, Ray. It's as busy now in there as it was last night, but it is a weekend. A lot more people around. People are coming in from Pura Brava to look at the action. 4 more teams, the final block still to come in this round 8. And we're looking at some of the scoring being done live by In Time there with the VFS, Ray.
Yeah, Element there with an 18. No bus, it's a clean round. Be interesting to see how the other teams are getting on.
We've got the finals starting at 5 p.m. this afternoon here at Wing Games. And we've got the start of the freestyle. That's going to be happening this afternoon too. Also, the two-way dynamic as well.
I'm very excited about that freestyle. I know I've said that about 4 times today, but it's going to be phenomenal.
You can say it as many times as you want. Never, ever tell somebody that you're saying you're excited too many times. You don't need that negativity in your life.
Thank you, Regan, for that piece of advice.
The wind speed is increasing. Qatar Tigers going to be the next, are they, Ray?
They are indeed. I like watching this team. They're like little powerhouses, these guys.
After round 6, they were in 6th place on 147, 3 points behind Mixed Parasport, 1 point in front of Satari XL.
It's a nice launch of that 20 into the tunnel. They fly like, when I watch them fly, they look like so much more, they should be more seasoned competitors than they actually are. They look like they have that confidence, that they've known each other for a very, very long time. So they must have done a lot of training, but they look very comfortable with each other. And the technicalities on these blocks, you know, they're flying them so well.
I hear rumours of maybe a tunnel in Qatar, some coming and going. Rumours change, don't they? But we don't know yet.
Could be a tunnel in Doha, in Qatar, a tunnel in, there's talk of the 32-footer in the UAE. Not the UAE, sorry, in Abu Dhabi. And obviously you have Dubai as well, so. Qatar Tigers.
Just had one open in Bahrain too. They're everywhere these days.
And they're so big and so plush.
So it's going to get Black Cat now, Ray, and we have that joint 2nd position, don't we? After round 6, we're both on 156 points with Windy Leal. It's going to be interesting to see what's happened on round 7. I really want to get those scores. They're being judged right now, and we'll bring you that information as soon as we have it. You can check it yourself as well. In Time scoring, find out all the results right there, Ray.
Yeah, it's great. Just that shot there was fantastic to see. Here we go. Black Cat, round 8. Ooh, a bit rushed there. You know, the Black Cat fly like this. They're quite active flyers, very similar to, you know, that French style going on. They're very active flyers. Not too worried about the precision. They just motor on through it. But again, the experienced competitors, they can probably get away with like washing off some of the momentum that they're closing the blocks with. Great round from Black Cat.
And throughout the tunnel as well, Ray, on other screens, people are actually watching the live scoring taking place. We can just see off camera right now, we've got the VFS being scored. So it's all action. We've got the live stream here. We've got people watching the live scoring as it happens in the tunnel. And it's back to the action right now,
This
Ray.
is Wimpy Lil in the tunnel. Going fast, very, very fast. A great shot through the tunnel. A little bit of confusion there from Katie, but they're moving on through. Just going to show some size in the tunnel. They're probably not using the size of the whole space of the tunnel as they would if they were had more training jumps together or training time together. but still very fast. Good job from Wimby Lil.
We're still waiting for Joy's team to be scored from round 6 as well.
Could be a technicality with the camera. Well, we'll wait and see if we can find out and get back to you on that. Next in, we should have Hayabusa. I'll try not to shortchange them on my guess of the score on this round.
What would you guess?
I'm not even going to bother trying. Oh, they look fast.
The camera can't even keep up.
It's brilliant. They look like a blur, really.
They are blurring out. On the actual lens can't keep up with the speed of the turn.
I mean, I expect a trained team like Hayabusa to do really well on these type of rounds. You know, they've drilled these blocks. They know them really well. They know each other, so they should do really well. They are flying really, really fast.
That was a great shot of Bob's face there as he throws those turns.
They do. They have a very flowing style here. You know, they're coming off onto the blocks and just going straight into those whipping turns they have to do on the outside of the 13s. Good round. And a round of applause for Hayabusa.
Yeah, I'm sure they're being watched worldwide. I'm sure Airspeed are watching that result as well to see how they've transitioned from 2015 to 2016. We've got some results on the screen now with the bus from round 6. This is good statistics.
Yeah, so Symmetro and Mixed Parasport, they're both busting 3 and 2. It just goes to show, you know, if you try and push the pace that you're normally used to on your current team lineup and you're creating a high-end scratch team, it can, if you push it too fast, it can create problems, and we're seeing the busts here in those teams.
Yeah, interesting stuff. We're looking for those round 7s. That will come in as soon as we have them too. VFS is being live scored here in the tunnel as we continue. And the women's round 6, we're just waiting for that to move on to round 7 as well. It's all live action here. Check us out on all the social media sites, Facebook with Windor and Win Games, and on the skydivemag.com as well. So, Ray, well, it's the round 8 done. What did you think of that?
Yeah, it was amazing. It keeps going by too quickly. It's like a blur at the moment. It's like watching these teams, and it goes through, the rounds go through so quickly, and I'm watching them trying to keep up with what everybody's doing and the little bit of nuances. It's really hard.
So we've got some little mini kids in the tunnel right now, Ray.
Fantastic.
The future.
Yeah, his back flying's a lot better than mine. Probably better than yours, eh, Regan?
Probably, yeah. Could this be the answer to Maktoum we're watching right now?
Let's hope so.
It's amazing what these kids can do now, isn't it? When they...
I know. The thing is, they have no fear, and they're so bendy.
Yeah. I was watching Maktoum head down at 100% in the Clash of Champions.
Okay, we have here Kralina and Frasinia. Kralina is 7 years old. Frasinia is waiting on the door and 6 years old. They've both been flying for a year, more or less. And as you can see, it's quite cute to see such a small kids flying. They are learning, of course. They have more plasticity than adults, but also they need to train. Over there, holding them, doing some layouts. It's really cute always to see the kids flying. Everybody is just astonished how they can do things. We let them enjoy seeing the child flying.
And we got the VFS scores on screen, Ray.
We have indeed. Oh, they flashed up. Oh, yeah, here we go. So SDC Core pulling away from the other teams with a 10-point difference now between them and Avalon Real Fly. And Transfer did an amazing round on round 4, outscored both SDC Core and Avalon. It's tight.
The interesting story is with Element and Vertigo at the bottom, they both got the same score on the last 2 rounds.
I know.
And the round before that, there was only 1 point between them.
It's tight. It's very tight. I mean, it's like they're merging into one, so it should be interesting to see what happens there at the bottom.
It's a 3-point difference, Ray. It's going to be tricky to pull that back, isn't it? Especially while they're so evenly matched. You can see there the starts with 3 rounds, only 1 point between them.
Yeah.
So now towards the end to try and pull back, well, to get 4 points to take that position over, it's not going to be easy, is it?
It's not, but you know they have different flying styles. It might be interesting to see if there's one of these rounds that could favour one of their flying styles a little bit more than the other. Try and find out. It could be the case that one of these rounds could suit one of them more, at which point they can claw back those 3 points.
Just watching these young ones in the tunnel now, it's very relevant when you look at what happened at the Clash of Champions. We had 2 kids teams from Singapore, we had 2 teams from France, and we got Maktoum as well from Dubai. The future is pushing out the adults, isn't it?
Makes you think, doesn't it? Should we bother trying?
Well, if you look at what's happening with tennis and with golf, if you don't start when you're 5 or 6 years old, you're not going to be a world champion, are you?
No, it's true.
Is that the way we're going to go with the wind tunnels, I wonder?
Maybe it looks that way. I mean, the tunnels offer children, like, as I said, they have no fear. They're bendy, they're flexible, they can try everything.
Well, welcome to the studio here at Window with myself, Regan Tetlow, and Ray Ahmed. Brought to you by Red Bull, all the interviews with Leslie Gale from skydivemag.com. We're just talking about the new generation of kids coming up through the sport, and in the Clash of Champions, Maktoum, they won it. We've just seen a demonstration there, some kids flying in the tunnel. We've got the teams from Singapore, the French Federation, bringing forward these new teams. They've got a player coach in them. It's really great to see because you've got a big adult flying with trying to reach for the grips, especially on the compress. It's quite interesting.
I did watch a bit of that on the live stream, and it's great. It is great to watch. And as I was saying, the children, to them it's a giant playground. It's a windy playground. If they like it, you can probably get them to do anything in there, and it's. They are the future, really. They
learn very quickly. What about in the UK? Have you got any young teams there in the UK?
I think not really. I think we get a couple of free flyers, young kids that we have down in Basingstoke that are picking up on their free flyer, but I don't think they're competing yet. But you never know. We'll see at the challenge this year if any of young teams come through.
I wonder about these 2 French teams because. That's going to be interesting how they're doing with that. Those teams, they seem to be pushing forward with them. Have you not got any teams at the challenge last year for like that?
Well, we didn't have any young teams, but we did have. Obviously, we had the Singaporean girls from iFly, and we had Maktoum, Maktoum, were there as well. I'm hoping that the UK does produce something like that. But it's not. It might not be everybody's cup of tea. It's hard where the tunnels are located as well. To try and get the kids out there during half term and other such times when they're not at school. It's just trickier, I think, in the UK.
Yeah, it is. Well, it's a beautiful day here in Imperial Bravo. Is it good to be back?
It's great to be back. It is fantastic to be back. It is a shame that there are not many buildings behind us, but I'm hoping we do see a plane or 2 take off with some parachutists maybe landing behind us. That'd be great to see.
It's incredible what they've done in the few days we've been here. They're working full out to build these new premises. You see behind me now, all the concrete work is going in, all the shuttering's going in there. It's good to see.
I came back in November to do some training out here, and there were still buildings then.
Yeah.
I came back a few days ago, and I was like, where did they all go?
Yeah, I think it's all started. They've had a bit of a wait. It's been a couple of years to get it all ready and to get it set up exactly how they wanted it to be and get the plan in place, but it looks like it's all systems go now.
It is indeed, and I'm looking forward to coming back here in the summer and doing some jumping over here, seeing how it's all changed, seeing new buildings. But as you said, the main area, I can't remember what it's called, is it the main day room or the thing that they had in the middle that's currently got the pylons in it?
Yeah.
That's historic for me, as it probably is for you.
Iconic building with the plane, the Pilates through the roof. Yeah, the first time I came to Imperial Bravo, the drop zone was actually on the other side.
Really?
Yeah, it was over where the Massa building is now.
Wow, a lot of history here for you, Regan.
Yeah, a lot of history. I think 1994, I think, when I first came here. We're going to be going to the next round of VFS, aren't we? That's what we're going to be doing in about a minute's time, Ray.
I think so, yeah.
We've got about 1 minute to go before we go into that round. Which round is it?
This is round 7, I think.
Round 6.
Six.
Round 6
Six.
of the